Welcome to another episode of Ultimate DIYer, and today we're going to look at a tool review on the Dewalt Impact and the Dewalt Drill. Specifically, I'm going to be looking at the Atomic because right now at Home Depot, it may not be the same where you are, but here in Dallas, Texas, these are on sale at an unbelievable price. That's why I went ahead and bought a set. But I'm not only going to go over that and open it up and show you what's in it, but we're also going to go over the three different main levels of DeWalt tools that are out right now. Now, they do have a new one coming out, which isn't going to be on here yet. That's why this is a closeout. But if you go to Home Depot right now, you can buy this, which is a 6-piece kit. It comes with the Impact. It comes with the screwdriver part, the regular driver. It comes with 2 batteries, a bag, and a charger. Normal price is $229. I bought this unit not for the sale price, which is, it'll show if you pull it up right now, for $161, but they actually sold it for $135. And on top of that, I'm ex-military, so they gave me a military discount. Out the door after tax, I paid $121.50. Compare that to your $229 plus tax. That's one hell of a deal and pretty hard to pass up. They also, at the same time, now that is in the Atomic, which I'm going to go over the difference in a minute, but if you wanted a max drill, which is a level below the Atomic, they're selling just the drill. It's normally $169. They're selling it for $89.10. Still a really good deal, but by far this was the best deal. So if you're not familiar with how DeWalt works with their series, you have the first line, which is a max. That's the very first series after the 18-volt series. And the big thing that did is it introduced the lithium battery and went from 18 volts to 20 volts. So max was a decent unit, but then they improved upon that and did the XR, which is what these are here. And you can tell I've used these quite a bit. I've got probably 4 of these Impacts, and I've got a couple of drills. My drill was actually starting to malfunction a little. I was going to have it fixed. Well, it was going to cost me around $100 to fix the drill. I couldn't really pass up paying $135 and getting a new Impact, new batteries, and a bag, and a charger. So it was kind of a no-brainer. But an XR, right after the Max, what it did is it basically introduced the brushless motor. So now you no longer have brushes in these to wear out and have to replace, which was an awesome improvement. The batteries were still, I think, they're pretty much the same as between these two, but I think they made it where it was a little bit more high capacity. It lasted a little bit longer. So that was mainly the 2 XR improvements. Then you come out with the Atomic, which is what this is that we're fixing to open up. Now, the Atomic I don't own right now. This will be my first set of Atomic, but the Atomic, the main thing they did with Atomic was they made them smaller and more lightweight. And by doing that, it optimized for tight spaces and overhead work. So it made the units a little bit easier to use. Even though this is pretty compact, they made it even more compact. And of course, they kept the brushless motor. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and open up the box and see what it looks like brand new. I love the smell of brand new tools. Actually, I love new tools. My wife hates it, but the thing is if you're a DIYer or if you're a handyman, tools can make the job go a whole lot easier, and it also can make the job cheaper, because otherwise a lot of these tools take the place of having to have another helper. So there's a lot of things that I buy that makes my job easier on a daily basis. And if you are a DIYer, there's nothing better than having a good set of these at home. You can get the Black & Decker, which Black & Decker owns DeWalt. I'm sure, well, you may not know that, but they own a lot. They own Craftsman. They own quite a few different tool brands. But I would get a good set of DeWalt. I'd get a DeWalt or I'd get a Milwaukee. I like both great tools. I just happen to have the batteries already set up for DeWalt, so most of my tools are DeWalt. And that's not to mention that if Milwaukee wants to send me a few tools to try out, I'd be glad to try them. I do own a few Milwaukee tools now. So without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in a little more, and we're going to open up the box so that you can see what's actually in the box and how it comes. And one thing I will tell you is when you open up these and get these batteries out, don't just plug the batteries in and start using them. You can damage your batteries. That way you really need to put a good charge on them. Give them that first good charge, then start using them. I've seen guys just pull them out, plug them in, start using them. Whether it hurts it or not, I'm not 100% sure, but I have read the manuals. The manuals say to usually give it a full charge so that it doesn't damage that battery. So, like I said, without any further ado, let's go ahead and open it up. Okay, so what I would do is I would not, firstly, you got batteries on, so you don't want to cut anywhere else around there. You usually find there's tape on these, and I try to keep my box together in case I have some kind of problem where I can take it back. Very simply opens, and I don't cut both sides. You have tape on both. I just open up one because it's going to pull out. These things are generally in the bag, you'll see here. So you just pull the whole bag out. Box is now empty, and everything you need is going to be inside of here. So we're opening it up. There is our Atomic. Now I can see this one automatically says Atomic Compact Series. Now I'm holding them up. I mean, honestly, I see very little difference. This one just says brushless motor. Brushless here. They look almost identical to me. Now let's take the battery off and see how they feel. I mean, I do have one bit in, but I don't think it's going to. I mean, they're pretty similar in size. You know, unless, let me see a model number. You know what I'm thinking is this actually is an Atomic. It just doesn't have Atomic on it. I assumed that I had bought the XR, but I think this was an Atomic. Let me see the model numbers. DC FB 809, 809. So honestly, the units I have are Atomic already. Just did not realize that that's what I had. The whole time I thought I had XR. So even I learned something today. So the unit will come out like that. You end up with an instruction manual, which will kind of walk through everything. I guess if I'd had my instruction manual nearby me, I would have known which ones these are. It just doesn't really tell you on here that it's Atomic. It just gives a model number, so you can look up the model number. But the drill, let's see if the drill is very similar. Yep, it's the exact drill. So there, there it is, brand spanking new, like that. There is your charger, which is a DCB 107. And here are the batteries, right here, and here are clips. Now the clips are great. I have one on here. They're really good to take that clip and just clip it onto your pants or your belt. So it makes it really nice. If you got a tool belt, you can clip it onto the side of that. Now this is an aftermarket battery. This is a full DeWalt battery. Now I will tell you, in all due honesty, they claim that these batteries last longer. And I'll have to do a test on a future video because I've been using these blue batteries. I generally get these from Amazon. They're a quarter of the price. And I honestly have not been able to tell much difference. They never damaged a tool. They work great. I've not had one fail yet. And to me, they seem like they last just as long as the DeWalt. Now, I could be wrong. I would have, like I said, we need to do a test to show how that is and see if it actually is true. So these will have a little screw in there. There's 2 screws, 2 clips, and you put them right here on the side of that with a screw. And that way you have the belt loops in. And then you take the batteries. Now, I'm going to just put them in just to show you that they work. It's probably good to test, make sure they're running. So if I need to, I can run them back. But these are just your basic little 20 volt max. I don't know how many. These are the little ones. I don't use the little ones very often, but they're great in tight spots. Let's just make sure it works, and then we'll charge the battery. Light's working. Sounds really good. Okay. So let's check this other battery. And we'll put it in here. Now this one is not going to have the lights like your impact has. That sounds very good. You do have 2 speeds on these, 1 and 2. Actually sounds pretty decent. You do have a drill function, and then you can set all of your different levels of torque so that when you torque it down, you can stop without driving too deep. But great drill. This drill's lasted me quite a while, so I'm actually very happy to have another set. And you can never have too many impacts or drills, but especially impacts. So if you're doing a metal fence or metal roof or anything where you're driving a lot of screws, if you're putting in decking, if you're a deck person, these are awesome to have 3 or 4 of if you've got helpers, so you're all putting screws in at one time. And I tend to use this for putting in screws more than anything else. Now, lately I have gotten back to using the regular drill a little more for certain screws so that I don't overdrive them and strip them if I'm not using a star bit. If I'm using a regular screw bit. So that's it in a nutshell. That's what all you get with the kit. That's your pricing. I would pull it up on the Home Depot website and see what pricing they give. Now, granted, I'm going to let you know, I just pulled it up myself, and I ended up with this price, the $161. The closeout, you had to actually walk into the store to find it at this $135. So if you pull it up in your area and you're getting this $161, be sure you go into the store and look and see, because they had 2 different stacks, one of this set and then one of the just max drill. So the in-store may be different. Now, I did go to another Home Depot store in my same area, and they were not offering this one, just this one. So you have to check, you have to look around, and you may have to check a couple of stores. You could even get the SKU number for this set and go ahead and call a couple of stores and see if they are running the closeout. Because what I'm assuming is fixing to happen is they're coming out with a whole new set, and they're closing these out and getting rid of the Atomics. And like I said, the one other thing, don't think that if you look at the backs of these, I have Atomic on one and just brushless motor on the other, even though they are the exact same model number. Well, actually on the drill, this one's called a DCD 708. My old one is a 709. But on my impacts, brushless motor and Atomic, this one is a DCF 809. This one is a DCF 809. So the numbers are exactly the same. So that's it in a nutshell. Until the next tool review, which I'll have one coming out actually on a really cool tool review. I'll try to leave a link to it up here depending on when I get it out. But it's going to be on a attachment that you'll attach to your driver, which will cut piping. Really cool. I do a lot with PEX. It works great on PEX, but it even works on PVC pipes and black ABS pipe, which that's an awesome deal if it works. I've got it. I'll unpack it. We'll put it on and we'll try it and see how it works. So until next time, thank you for watching.